Along with Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. Well, Doris, we got a clash at the 5 spot here tonight. Can't wait to see these centers go at it.
B.A., there was once a point in history where we were talking about, is the 5-man phased out of the game? And all of a sudden now you have several MVPs who occupy the position. It is unequivocally going to be a special matchup tonight.
Here's Brunson, following the score by Minnesota. All sorts of time. The shot by Towns, no good.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open. Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
It's good.
Listen, at just over 7 feet, we know Gobert's going to be terrific on the glass.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That's his first foul of the game. Here's Brunson. Right side, Robinson. Back to Brunson. Pass to Bridges. And it's out of bounds to the Knicks. New York will retain possession. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Tom Thibodeau. I asked him how Rudy Gobert alters their usual game plan. Coach acknowledged that he's a factor and said Rudy definitely demands more from us offensively. We have to be careful where we put our shooters with him waiting for swats. Coach thinks intelligent offense is what it takes to beat Gobert. Back to you.
As always, Allie, we thank you. Doris, you look at the shooting of Karl Anthony Towns, a 7-footer. He's as good as it gets.
He is, B.A. He has been verging on the 50, 40, 90 efficiency type numbers in recent years. He is right there with Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about the sweetest shooting big men of all time.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Pass to Robinson. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist.
Well, Mitchell Robinson plays such a critical role for them on the interior. If he can consistently make these shots, what a weapon he is.
Randall can't hit.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Back to Brunson. Launches it. Gets rebounded by Minnesota. At around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Edwards, no good. Now here's Brunson. Hart from long range. Knocks down the triple.
That's just outstanding floor awareness from Jalen Brunson. Doesn't matter if he's at the 1 or the 2. He always makes the right play.
Edwards for 3. Hart pulls it in. New York with the ball. It's a 3-point game. Brunson. And the basket by Bridges.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
It's Edwards with a drive.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Bridges outside. To the paint. And stolen by Gobert. Launches a 3. And again, it's Minnesota with a 3.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Towns outside. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
What a feed to Towns. This guy ready to rise and fire on the catch.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Edwards looking for an opening. Shoots over Bridges. Edwards can't hit.
Well, being aggressive and assertive. The big man snatching the rebound.
Now Brunson. Here's Towns. Outside Brunson. Six on the shot clock. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Fast break, Minnesota. Here's Alexander Walker. And Minnesota again with a bucket.
Well, Anthony Edwards showing you that I've got some playmaking in my toolbox. Nice pass.
To the inside. Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Here's Gobert. And Gobert with the stuff.
How quickly does Rudy Gobert move off the screen? His mobility makes him a tough cover in the pick and roll.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Drains the triple. And that'll tie this game up. Outside Edwards. From deep. Here's Randall. And that concludes a high-scoring first quarter. We're all tied up. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
Well, it's simple. When you can dominate the boards at both ends, you can control the second chance touches.
And that's how they controlled the first quarter. I thought they were the much more physical team.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
B.A., it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
Inside. Here's Hart. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Outside Brunson. To the middle. Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
That is Jalen Brunson showing you how to operate as the ball handler in pick and roll. What a pretty assist.
Now the Knicks with it. They've gone on an 8-0 run. Here's Bridges. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Outside Reed. Pass to McDaniels. And here's Reed. Back to DiVincenzo. Clock at 6. DiVincenzo on the wing. Misses the 3. New York leading by 8. Down low. Swatted away. Conley looking for an opening. It's hauled in by Jalen Brunson. It's Bridges on the wing. Outside Brunson. Brunson assertive on the take. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game. Well, Grant, we know non-shooting big men can clog the paint, but if they know where to move off the ball, that certainly helps.
Yeah, you know, big men who know those circle actions, like flashing to the open spot when their man gives help, they often end up with easy looks inside.
Here's the teardrop, and he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
First personal foul.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
It's Edwards with a drive. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Bridges misses. Timberwolves trail by 10. Gobert with it. Towns covering. The offensive rebound. And the Knicks with possession. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
17 foul. Timberwolves substitution.
Pass to Robinson.
Julius Randle.
Outside Brunson.
Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
5 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Towns. That's good.
Guys, that is what you call two physical, hard-earned points from Karl Anthony Towns. Go ahead and embrace that contact.
Outside Conley. Gobert up top. Outside, Alexander Walker. Minnesota again missing. Knicks leading by 12. Wing shot on the way. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net. Hart's got 7 points.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Can you say natural leader? Conley is especially effective at running the offense and involving his teammates through his passing.
The kick out to Brunson. The shot. No good there. Off the double clutch. Timberwolves trail by 14. Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have
Williams.
any kind of chance.
And the Timberwolves making a change here.
Number 3, Jaden McDaniels.
Here's Towns. Ooh, coming through again. Shooting 5 for 7 now.
The problem is the defense has now allowed Karl Anthony Towns to establish the rhythm. Now you've got to double him or get it out of his hands because he's cooking right now.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Minnesota shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And both free throws good for Edwards.
It's not luck that he's so steady at the line. It's through repetition and hard work.
And Brunson, here we go. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Brunson's got 8 points here in the quarter.
If Brunson sees any daylight, he's going to attack. Did just that on the drive.
Here's Edwards. The putback. It's hauled in by Robinson. Pass to Bridges. Three-pointer. Nails it from 3. Bridges has got 7.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by.
It's good!
Did
It
he do
counts
that?
at the buzzer!
Buzzer beater!
Wow.
That's the end of the first half.
Oh, what a
You want the game
miraculous
right now?
shot.
What are you talking
He's gonna
about?
remember that
Don't
one.
lie.
Listen, under duress of the end of the period, you just throw
You're
it up
trash.
and hope.
You're
And
trash.
as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any
You're
different
trash.
from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Knicks. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. And
You're
the
trash.
basket by Bridges.
Well, we know this. Mikal Bridges has the length and hops to score inside. Nicely done.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Grant.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Timberwolves trail by 18. And stolen by Brunson. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves, no doubt, a team to be reckoned with. Coach Chris Finch said, we come in every single night and compete. No matter what the circumstances are, we expect to win. We root for each other, so I feel like we have all the makings of a tough team.
And they have reason to be confident, Allie. Thank you. Edwards, that's good.
The work that Anthony Edwards is putting in as a shooter is there. That range shot so important. Nice three-point look right there. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Here's Edwards. Oh, Edwards just bullying his way inside.
Man, that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
The kick out to Brunson. And no good. Ooh, great D that time from Gobert. For three, Randall. It's rebounded by New York.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Pass to Bridges. And he banks in the layup. Bridges has got 6 in the quarter.
This is what you call putting it all together on the offensive end. Go ahead, Mikal Bridges.
Now Gobert, covered by Towns. Here's Edwards. This is the jumper.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder should he have moved it just one pass more.
Timberwolves trail by 17. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. Coach wants to speak to his guys.
Bro, you're
alter some of the
trash.
game plan.
You hear yourself. You hear yourself. This guy got a grown man up. This guy got a grown man.
Here's Bridges. Outside Hart. Shot clock at 6. And that one's good. Brunson.
Boy, whenever this team has needed a bucket,
Double.
Jalen Brunson has been there right now in complete command of this ball game.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Gobert. And so he draws the foul.
Why
And
could
is
you
in line
lose
to
him?
shoot a pair. There aren't many more dominant defenders in the
This
NBA
dude is
than
trash.
Gobert.
Well,
You're
that's
terrible.
definitely fair to say, B.A., because his
You're
defense
terrible.
has an outsized influence on a game. The inside
terrible.
presence
You're a waste of
changes an opponent's
You're a
game
waste of
plan. What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
Minnesota again missing. Knicks leading by 15. Here's Bridges. Oh, and he got
You're
fouled on his
trash.
way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on Dante DiVincenzo.
I don't know.
Well, they're playing with fire, putting Mikal Bridges on the
Now,
free throw line. This guy's so
Who's winning right
comfortable
now?
at the
That's my
charity stripe.
question.
And the Timberwolves making a change here.
Who's
Well, when Mikal Bridges was drafted in 2018, his
Well, yeah.
hometown team,
So
the
you missed
Philadelphia 76ers,
Yeah.
elected to trade him after selecting him.
And B.A., he made no secret
Get
of the
off
fact
me.
that was a heartbreaking moment at the time. Consider that his mom actually worked in the Sixers front office in those days. But in the end, he has carved out one heck of a career.
Pass to Towns. Good, and that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
Inside, Towns can be so physical, guys, and that makes him tough to cover.
Here's DiVincenzo. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Hey,
DiVincenzo's got his
yes,
first 2
you
points.
can.
Well, you won't see that kind of shot
Yeah.
called very often. Thank your lucky stars.
Yes, sir.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. They just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
You know, a reliable
Much better
veteran like
team
Julius
than we
Randle
can
is
score.
so valuable. He
I got a
provides a
question.
foundation for everyone else to play off of.
So,
Because they
how
know
does
he'll
it
be there
feel?
to score and help out. He makes it easier for other players to succeed around him.
And it really feels like the chemistry of this Timberwolves team has taken a step forward.
And BA, you know this. Winning always enhances that energy and chemistry. But beyond that, this is a roster full of players that have had individual success, and now they're hungry and thirsty for team success, because that's the true measure.
Clark.
Another nigga
And
like
that
you
one's
taking a
long.
shot.
New York leading by 21. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Oh, what a pass.
Tries a 10-footer.
So,
DiVincenzo with a steal.
thank you.
Might be a good idea to run the clock. Hold it for the last shot.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
Everyone in the building saw the obvious contact.
And Conley drops them both.
Hey.
And so it's New York with it. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
He recognized his players were fatigued and needed time to catch their breath.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
It's now an opportunity to take a break and talk about their strategy moving forward.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
So, how does it
Timeout is
feel?
called by Tom Thibodeau. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially
I might
looking
have
to
been seeing
adjust.
played your entire life. And I the best you played. What? Yes or no? Yes.
Timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He wants a few moments to
Yes,
regroup with his
oh,
players. Stolen by Reed. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And that one's good. Conley's got 6.
And that nice steal was able to get their break going in a hurry.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
Here's Brunson outside. Unable to get that one. And so it's the New York Knicks looking in total control with this 17-point advantage as the buzzer sounds. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. Time for a quick break, then back to the action.
Hey, tricky head, nigga. If you roll with you, nigga, bro.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Conley with the ball for the T-Wolves. Trailing by 17. The 3, DiVincenzo drills it from deep.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
DiVincenzo with a steal. And stolen by Brunson. A quick shot there. It's off target.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Baseline jumper. And Conley grabs the miss. Timberwolves trail by 14. Up top, DiVincenzo. Good work defensively by Robinson.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
To the inside. Hart. Good on the shot. And the Knicks lead by 16.
Nice pass by Bridges. Just keeping his options open out there.
Reed for 3. Ooh, and once again off the mark by Minnesota. Now the Knicks with it. And here's Brunson. To the paint. Here's Bridges. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
Reed, good.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Yeah,
Some
noble
stuff
play
you
by
just-
Bridges inside, navigating the contact and getting to his finish.
Left side Hart. There's the three. Minnesota with the rebound. For three, DiVincenzo.
You can beat
Towns with a rebound.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink
can
that
beat
shot.
like this, you like
Better luck next time, maybe.
And for most guys, I think you only
thought
want to
that
take that
rebound
shot if
just
you
didn't-
hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
Pass to Garza. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. And Naz Reid has proven to be a matchup nightmare for opposing big men doors.
He has, BA, and the reason is he's bigger and stronger than most four men. Traditional fives are too slow to stay with him. He can space you out to the three-point line, or he can punish you on the inside. Naz has got big-time game.
Right side Edwards. Shoots it from the corner. Towns with a rebound. Knicks leading by 14. Here's Brunson. Nice shot from the wing.
Yeah, we talk about having a high shot IQ. Jalen Brunson, just 4 shots. You want to concede the mid-range jumper, he's more than content to take it.
And the foul called on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That'll be a second foul of the game. And New York has possession. Outside Hart. Back to Brunson. Towns, left side. Brunson with it. To the middle. Here's Bridges. And it's Bridges with the jam.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
There you go.
This is a textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to
You
execute.
did all that. They hit the ground.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Knicks.
They made the most of the extra rebounds tonight. Helped them out a lot.
Yeah, when you look at these teams, they're both great rebounding clubs, and any night, either one could have the advantage on the boards.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Jalen Brunson.
Well, unselfish basketball. His ability to create for others has been the story of this game.
Here's Edwards. And it's Brunson with the rebound. And here's New York now. It's an 18-point lead. Outside Edwards. Yep, that one goes. 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Bridges outside.
Minnesota foul. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. First personal foul.
And that one misses.
Nigga fouled me with 25 seconds left.
Mikal Bridges. At the line.
He does not get the second one. And so it's Minnesota with it.
What do you think?
It's a 16-point game.
There we go. You can get 60. You can get
20 seconds left in the game.
game.
And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the New York Knicks. Here's Towns. Scored home by Towns.
Yeah, you love to see Towns mix it up
I
a
have
little
you.
bit. Gets his team a bucket on a second chance.
Now a timeout called by New York. They're in front
Suck. I
by
ain't
15.
20 man, you can.
Guys, your thoughts?
But I can tell by the way
hoping
you
to wrap
play,
this
you
one
get
up.
cheated.
It's not completely over, and they know that. But if they
First of
carry
all,
out their
he's a
game
bitch.
plan, they should be
No,
golden.
first of all, you's a bitch. Add me up, bro. You talking. You beg for a rematch. I said we can rematch. Now nigga ain't add me up. What type of niggas is this? Nigga, hurry up, nigga. Fuck on with you. Fucking pull up on you and start slapping niggas. Start with you, nigga. Fuck with you, nigga. Bitch ass nigga. Bro, did you just quit? Oh, nah, he ain't getting no